You get to choose a life with magic or a life without. I choose magic. Hey there, it's Deb D, founder of Big Life Magic, and this is You Are the Magic, the show that is supporting you in practical magic. This is that beautiful mix between the woo and the how to. For if it's true that you are the magic, what do you need to know about the magic within you? And then what are you going to do about that magic? That's what You Are the Magic is all about. Through storytelling, magic activations, and energy forecasts, I'm going to be sharing with you why you are the magic and then what you're going to do about it so that you can move closer to getting your version of big life magic. So here we are, my friends. Breathe it in, believe it to be true. Smile. You are the magic. Let's do this thing. Hey there, Magic Maker. Welcome back to You Are the Magic with me, your host, Deb D. Today, we are going to play out into the woo of the universe and magical you. In today's episode, we're going to be playing with one of the most essential, oh so lucky you've got it, naturally magical tools, which is your intuition. So today we're going to play out there and playing in this exact magic. How does your intuition help you out with the creation of your big life magic? That's where we're going today. So magic makers, let's just take a nice big deep breath in. Smile, settle in, and just kind of affirm to yourself as you smile, like, I am the magic. That's right, I am the magic. And today, we're going to play with intuitive you. You are naturally intuitive. You are. It's built in. Simply by being born, you automatically are gifted your intuition. So I know for some people it can feel like some other people are intuitive and maybe I'm not, or it's hard to access your intuition. Absolutely. We all have our own relationship with our intuition. But what I'd like you to know is this, and smile and breathe it in as I say it. Not only am I the magic, I'm an intuitive magic maker, and I get to choose how I play with my intuition. So today we are going to play, and we're playing out there in the bigger map of you. I'm talking like the soul designed you big life magic. And the reason I've chosen to go out there is because I think it's also a narrative that can really liven up the playtime and possibilities in the magical playground for you. Because often when we are working in the magic realm or working in, learning about our spiritual practice and intuition, we do get into that how to. And you know me, I'm all practical magic, which is the woo and the how to. And I'm going to tell you this, I've got you. I've completely got you. In the big life magic world, you already have access to a whole heap of intuitive tools. Last year, I created the Intuition series on YouTube. I had so much fun creating that, a series of videos talking about your intuition, how you tap in, the definition, how do you know it, what blocks it, all of that's there. That's the Intuition series. I was having so much fun. I doubled down. I then created the next series, which is called the Intuitive Tools series, also on YouTube. Check that out. And then if you want to be really tuning in with your intuition, you're going to want to do what all of the magic makers inside the Big Life Magic Makers, our virtual community, We all did this together at the beginning of our intuition season. Earlier this year, we spent a whole 3 months focused on intuition. And at the beginning of that season, we all did a 5-day activation called Attune, which is literally the 5 steps to tune your intuitive channel. Directed by me, lands in your inbox, I'm in your ear, helping you tune. 5 days, tune it up. That's Attune. So all of that's there. It's all linked. Just play, link away, and explore. If you are somebody who's like, but I want to know a little bit more about the how-to, or what's the definition, or how can I know this? I've got you. It's all there. And today I want to take you a little bit further. Let's reframe intuition. Your intuition, just for the purposes of our next handful of minutes together, let's all agree that your intuition is the voice of your soul. And it is also the channel for the voice and the songs and all of the tuning notes from the entire universe. This is your intuition. Just play with me there. Your intuition is the voice of your soul. That's why you automatically get one. Because when we're born, our soul anchors down into our human earthbound self and begins to play with us through this earthbound reality. And we're given this access to our soul for a couple of reasons. One is the soul wants to play. Another is your soul knows the way. And your soul is here to support you in this expansion. And so your soul is directly aligned. The voice of that soul is your intuition. And accessing also through your intuition is all of the notes of the universe. So you have access to all of this, which is why I think sometimes it can get a little bit confusing, because that's a lot of information, right? So rather than, again, we're not going to get down into the weeds of it, let's rise up and now see our intuition as your inner guidance system. So this is what we're all agreeing. I'm naturally intuitive. It's connected to my soul. The soul knows the way. The soul's supported by the universe. The universe has got the bigger picture. And here it is. My intuition is my inner guidance system. And it can work exactly like a GPS. So your intuition is going to be giving you points of navigation. Which direction to go, which direction to not go. And your intuition is going to be sharing this with you in little and very large ways. This is something else to know about your inner guidance system. It is always right. It is impossible for your soul or the universe, therefore your intuition, to lie to you. It is a channel of complete, absolute truth. The tricky part is, in our human reality, sometimes we don't like that truth, or we don't want to hear it. Hands up, that's me sometimes. Absolutely. And it doesn't change the fact that it's the truth. It is navigating you towards your highest good, towards what's good and best next. So it's like, imagine, let's go to a small navigation point. Let's all just build some evidence here, because I think it helps if we can kind of anchor into an experience, a story, build the evidence for ourselves so we can actually connect to, yeah, this is my inner guidance system. I wake up in the morning, it's my Brooklyn apartment on a winter morning, and I move directly towards my morning ritual, which is brew the coffee. brewing the coffee, open the fridge. Uh-oh, no milk. Damn. I knew I was supposed to get milk yesterday and I forgot. So I'm already a little bit cranky with myself. And on top of that, it's winter in Brooklyn, which means in order to go and get the milk that I want for my morning coffee, I've got to put on the coat, the scarf, the hat, the gloves, the big boots, and then trudge down the 5 flights of stairs. I get to the corner store. I go to the back into the fridge, reach for the bottle of milk, and I clearly hear, reach further back. Now I'm cranky. I just want my coffee. My hand's already on that bottle of milk. I just grab it, pay my $2, and I'm out of there back in the cold and pulling my cannot wait for caffeine self up 5 flights of stairs, take the coat off, all the bits and pieces. Here I am, my cup of coffee. I pour that milk into the hot coffee and I watch it all curdle. The milk is sour. Damn. I heard it. Reach further back. It was a clear navigation point. And I chose in my crankiness and my lack of caffeine in that cold morning moment to not listen. So what happens is I got to suit up again, all the way down the stairs, exchange the milk, come all the way back up again, and I eventually get my cup of coffee, knowing the whole time I could have completely saved that second trip if I had listened. Now, your intuition is doing the same thing. It's going to give you these navigation points, and it's also going to reroute along the way. So say you see that me getting this milk, and you can see the navigation point of reach further back, but I don't, and continue on a selected path that I had chosen, which was directly towards my coffee, which is what I thought was going to get me my coffee the quickest, and it didn't. So therefore, if you're looking at that like as a GPS map, you'll see that the whole route gets rerouted. Same thing happens with your intuition. You are getting intuitive hits all the time. And yes, sometimes it's about the milk. That milk's sour, reach further back. Sometimes it's about maybe a new relationship, somebody who you want to get a little bit closer to, maybe kiss. But then your intuition is like, red flag, be careful. You get to choose. Do you kiss that person? Or listen to the intuition with like, red flag, maybe not, even though I really want to, exit stage left. I mean, that's just one example, but breathe it in. I'm sure you can find one when your intuition gave you a very clear navigation point that you didn't listen to and you needed to reroute. We're all doing it all the time. Let's not also get into the weeds of all the times we didn't listen. Let's move into the playtime of the bigger map of you and the giant GPS of you. Let's play there. Your big life magic is your soul hanging out and making stuff happen here in the earth realm through your human experiences. And your inner guidance system connected to your soul and source energy is your intuition. So where you are now is like on one square on the bigger map. You're on one square, and what you can see there is exactly what's on your square. What you're doing day by day, who you're with, who you're not with, how you're making money, how you're not making money. All of that information is on your square. This is what you know. If you were to look back in the game, you'll see how you got to this square. And you'll also want to glimpse a little bit further because you're eventually going to move from this square. You're going to move in a direction. Our lives are continuing to evolve. And what can happen here is We get really focused on the square, and we get really focused on thinking about what's best for us. And what I want to invite us now into is, what happens if we tap into this giant GPS, this inner guidance system, to give us an indication, where do we go next? Because your thinking mind may be thinking, well, of course, we're going to go to the square directly in front of us. That makes the most sense. It's the safest move. Your ego mind is going to go, oh yeah, I like that. I like that. We don't want too much to change. Go there. But maybe your inner guidance system is saying, shimmy to the left. Maybe if we tune in. Why would you want to tune in? I mean, hands down, my friends, your soul and the universe knows more than you do earthbound. That's by design. Your soul has the whole map, not just the square that you're on, not just the squares you have already worked through to get to where you are now, not just like those half visions of the squares in front of you. Your soul and the universe has all the squares, and they know the direction that is in your highest good to go. So what we can do, if we're really wanting to live this magical life, if we're absolutely certain that we're here to live, breathe, and be the magic, to create your own big life magic, then before we make a move, we want to be checking in with that bigger GPS, which is your inner guidance system, which is your intuition. Now, you can check in before you make a move. And you know what? Your intuition's already been checking in with you, my friend. I am sure of it. That your intuition, the voice of your soul, and all of those notes of the universe, I'm talking your guardian angel, I'm talking your ancestors, all of those notes, through your intuition, have already been giving you clues, navigation points. The tricky part is we're not always listening, or sometimes the direction isn't to the square in front of us, it is to that diagonal square over there, and for our thinking mind, it doesn't seem to make sense. So we either dismiss it, or we don't pay much attention to it, or we get confused by it. What's possible if you believe, I'm supported by my soul, by the universe, I can tap into that support through my intuition, and I don't have to always be thinking and guessing what's next. I could tune in and follow the navigation points. Again, let me ground this into an example for you, because this is literally happening to me right now. It's been playing out over the last few months. So about the summertime, around August, I received some message through my inner guidance system that it was coming to time for me to stop doing one-off card readings. Now, when I received this, I'm like, what? No, that can't be. Because, I love reading cards. I love it. I've been doing it for 30 years. Why would I stop doing that? And also, as somebody in business, does that make sense to actually stop one of my revenue streams? So in the summertime, I get this information and it's not making any sense, because my guidance system is actually moving me quite a few stairs and steps away to a whole new square. I can't see that square yet. But I did hear it's time to wind down the one-off card readings. And because I have chosen to live an intuitively led life, I'm like, all right then, I don't know what that means, but let's play in the possibility of that. What's possible if I do stop doing those readings? And I just started to open the space. You don't have to make the move straight away. You can stay curious, and I did. I stayed curious about it. I started to wind it down. And then, you know what happens next? Next, navigation points. You're not going to get every navigation point lined up step by step like Google Maps will give you. You're going to get what you need when you need it and allow it to unfold. And so in my story, I say yes in a little bit of a stubborn Deb Driscoll way, because I didn't stop straight away. Like, I've still been actually offering card readings, and there's actually one offer where it's the last hurrah, because I was like, we've got to have a final party. This is the end of an era. And it started to open up. I let go of needing to hold on to something I had been doing for 30 years. And what opened up is my evolution. It's so exciting. Next year, there's a whole new magic that I'm going to be offering that I couldn't see from back in the square that I was on, because everything was crowded in what I had already been doing, what I wanted to continue to do. I let go of one-off readings, and I get a whole heap of information about what's next. Not only do I get this information from my intuition, I am literally guided to meet with people who have the information that I need. A friend of mine says, you must meet my friend. I'm like, okay. I meet the friend of a friend, and this person has exactly what I need. That's happened twice. Then the new thing that's emerging, there's already people asking me for it, and I haven't even offered it yet. See how this is starting to navigate me towards, this is the direction for you, Deb D. Go there. I didn't know in the beginning, because the navigation point is actually directing me a few squares away. What we want to do is believe it. Trust. I mean, hey, you don't have to understand it in the first beat. I often don't. You ask for clarification, but you stay in the communication. Your intuition cannot lie to you. It is impossible. Your soul and the universe want to direct you towards what is good for you. That's towards a particular relationship, away from a particular relationship, towards beginning a new business, to folding the business that you're in, staying where you live, moving to a whole new place. All of these big navigation points, they're already there in your map. And if you open up, life can get a little bit more anxious about whether you're making the right choice, and kind of a little bit more fun, because it's playful when you say yes. So I want to offer this to everybody who's listening. First, go to my bottle of milk. When's a time when you didn't really listen and then it became really clear? Just so we can get some evidence that you are intuitive. And then let's balance it out. What about another time you got a clear intuitive hit, you got a clear message from your soul or source, and you went, I'm going that way. You went that way, and it was even better than you could have imagined. Because we don't want to berate ourselves in the magic realm. It doesn't really help to make the magic work any faster or better. Everyone's just doing the best they can. Because sometimes you're going to be like me and not choose the right bottle of milk. And sometimes where I've followed it and it's been amazing. So build that evidence within yourself. And then as you approach a bigger move in your life, beyond milk for your coffee, a bigger move like a new offering for your business, or what's happening in a relationship, or anything that's playing out in your beautiful magical life. Allow your thinking mind to relax a minute. Tune into, not only am I intuitive, I'm the freaking magic, and I've got an inner guidance system like a GPS. I just need to log on so I can hear the navigation. Log on and hear the navigation. And then also relax. When we get tense in the magic realm, it makes everything a little bit harder. And know this, let's normalize it. There's going to be more than once that your GPS needs to reroute. You know, whether it's milk or whether it's, oh, well, despite the red flag, I kissed that person and now 3 months later, oh, now I see. Not my person. Big or small moves in the magical playground, moving from square to square, you are always guided by your inner guidance system. And your intuition is not connected to your emotions or the story you're telling yourself about what's happening in your world right now. Your intuition is connected to, I want to guide you to where is good for you to go. So you can trust it. You can learn to trust yourself and develop this muscle within yourself. And it's fun. You get to play. You get to be in the reveal of your evolving, beautiful life. Because again, your big life magic, it's already living there. You're just stepping into it and folding into it, square by square. You've got your free will and your destiny, and it's all at play in the magical realm. What's possible for you if you choose to tune in? Relax on the thinking mind navigation points and say yes to the magical tool in you, your intuition, which is naturally going to guide you to the best square for you. Play there. As shared, if you're like, okay, I want to be connected to my GPS, but actually maybe first I got to tune my intuition or learn a little bit more about it, remember, I've got you. Check the links below, the Intuition series, the Intuitive Tools series, and the Attune, the 5-day activation. And because I'm still winding down and I am a stubborn magic maker, I don't want to let go just yet. There's 2 more days left in November. So if you are listening to this now and you're thinking, I want a 2024 reading with Deb before she stops one-off readings, that link's also below. The last day to book a one-off reading with me is December 1st, 2023. There you go. I've said it. It's live. Did you hear that, universe? We've called the date. December 1st, 2023, the final offering, because I'm making space for the next square, 2024, some new magic. I'm going to be here to share it all with you. And let's complete with this episode's dedication. I am going to dedicate this episode to my Reiki master and magical playmate, Christina. Christina and I met when she was the owner of a multi-room wellness clinic called the I Am Well shop. And I was one of the practitioners. I had my own clinical space in the I Am Well shop. When Christina and I met, we instantly met as soul sisters and playmates. And in the years that we worked together, we learned so much about the magical playground together and also all the other practitioners in the I Am Well shop. It is a part of my life, like a chapter of my life, like one of those squares where my whole world expanded. My understanding of my soul, the voice of my soul, intuition, healing, the choices, like so much beautiful, amazing expansion. So I'm going to dedicate this episode to Christina and all of the practitioners and all of the patients and the clients and the visitors and the community members of the I Am Well shop. I'm now going to invite you. Who in your life has really opened up a whole new space for you? Or a community that you connected to and it gave you this whole new playground or way to understand yourselves? Breathe in and smile and send a blessing now. Dedicate this next breath to who has supported you in your magic. What delight to send that good energy out. What absolute delight to connect with our inner guidance system. As always, what fun it is to be your host of You Are the Magic. I hope that you stay connected to the magic in you, to me, and the whole Big Life Magic community. Next week, I will be back with more as we play further in our magical playground. But for now, yep, you know it, my friend. It is you. You are the magic. Thanks for sharing your time and your magic with me in the latest episode of You Are the Magic. I hope that you can take some of what we shared today into your everyday and activate that magic for you. Ways that you can stay connected beyond You Are the Magic is by joining the Big Life Magic Makers, the virtual community, or connecting directly with me to explore how can I activate magic by working one-on-one with Deb D, because that is possible. And at the moment, as we are seeing out 2023 and getting ready to invite 2024, there is a special offer for all magic makers called Build Your Bridge. It's a 3-session package where together you and I will build your bridge from 2023 to 2024. It's super fun, practical magic, the woo of you plus the how-to and moving towards your big life magic. I invite you to be curious about the magic in you and stay connected to me, the Big Life Magic Makers, and the magic in and all around you. Breathe it in now, my friend, because it's true. It is you. It is you that is the magic. Big love.